Yeah, I even, well, I'll even kind of, and maybe it's negative. I don't know. What's your thoughts on this of almost giving inaccurate credit, where maybe if you and I worked on a project over the weekend, I don't even recognize that I don't even mention that I worked on it. I just say, hey, Ryan did an awesome job this weekend, push through, and not even mention anything. Because why? Like, why even
I don't agree
set
with
that
that.
up? No?
No, because if you're lying, and it is a
Then it
lie,
does it discredit the recognition that you're giving?
right? Because look, let's say it's you and me, and you give away all this credit to me. I know, right? Like I know that that wasn't reality. And so although I might be willing to accept the praise for it, deep down you just sowed a seed of deceit.
Yeah.
And then I might think a couple of different things. I might think you're weak. That's one potential outcome, is that, oh, Kip's weak, I can walk all over him, right? Because he's not willing
Yeah.
to. Or when you tell me other things, I might question, is that true? Because he's has a history of bending and manipulating the truth.
Yeah.
I might
Not
also wonder
truth.
what
Yeah.
your angle is, right? Because now you're talking about something that I know isn't reality. I'm like, what's his game? Like, what's his angle? What's he trying to do right here? And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there's a little bit of like trust issue with that. So when you're giving praise and credit, don't give it broadly, give it specifically. Hey, my team, oh, you guys did such a wonderful job, is not as good as saying, Kip, this one thing that you did on this one project, it was amazing and it turned out so good, and here was the result, and man, Kip was responsible for that, and that was very powerful.
Yeah.
Now, you don't
'Cause then
need to
it
bring up the other
gives-
things, but be very
Yeah.
specific, because then I'm not bullshitting. You're like, no, that's actually true. I did
Yeah.
do that, and it did produce this result. So
Yeah. And I think that lets me know, okay, Ryan really values that thing.
Right.
Right. When you said, hey, you did an amazing job on that project.
what does that mean?
Okay, awesome. But if
Right.
you told me specific details, then I can say, okay, I'll remember that next project and do those things.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say you and I were working on a project, and I'm leading this project, and I give you an assignment or a task and you need to complete it. And there's elements of it that you do really, really well, and elements of it that you didn't do quite so well. So I'm going to give you praise in public, and I'm going to give you constructive feedback in private. So I might say, hey, Kip did this thing and it was so amazing, and here's how he worked it, and here was the result of it. And then that's what you do in public. And then, hey, Kip, privately, can I chat with you about something? You reiterate what he did extremely well. So, hey, you did that one thing, it was really, really well. I'd like to give you some feedback on one element that I think we can shore up on the next go around. Do you mind if I share that with you? And I give you that constructive feedback privately, unless the team needs to hear it, right? But even if the team needs to hear it, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm taking
You're
the
taking ownership. I have failed to communicate this to you guys.
Right. So I might privately behind closed doors say, Kip, we need to do X, Y, and Z. And then in public, I'd say, hey guys, one area where we messed up, we really need to improve. And I need to make sure I do a great job of communicating this to you guys in the future, is this thing that you and I talked about, but I'm not going to throw you under the bus. I'm going to throw myself under the bus.
Got it.
Because you and I have an understanding already.
Yeah.
Now I'm not lying, right? And you know what happened behind closed doors, and you actually think highly of me, better of me, because I was willing to talk with you privately, but then publicly take the fall myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Show some common respect for that individual at the same time.
Totally.